Zhang Yi's mind raced as he considered Yang Xinxin's bold proposal. The idea of turning the Xishan base's own missile strike against them was deeply appealing, a perfect retaliation that matched his desire for an eye response. Yet, a thread of caution pulled at him. He voiced his primary concern, questioning whether the operatives in the information department would be foolish enough to not recognize their own base's coordinates. Yang Xinxin, with the calm confidence of a master hacker who had just seized godlike control over the enemy's network, offered a simple, elegant solution. The critical factor was not the coordinates they sent, but the coordinates received by the launch authority. She explained she could intercept their outgoing messages and use their own compromised systems to transmit the Xishan base's location directly. The brilliance of the plan made Zhang Yi straighten up and exhale a long, satisfied breath. "That's fantastic," he declared, the concept of such direct and devastating payback filling him with a grim satisfaction. However, a new, practical doubt immediately surfaced. Zhang Yi muttered to himself, pondering the resilience of their target. He called Lu Karen over, knowing her expertise in mechanical engineering and physics would be vital. He posed the crucial question, given its structure, could the Xishan base actually be destroyed by a high-yield missile? Lu Karen leaned in as Yang Xinxin pulled up a detailed structural diagram of the entire underground complex on her screen. After a careful review, Lu Karen's expression grew serious. She explained that the shelter was extraordinarily sturdy, buried over 100 meters underground. She stated that such a fortification, designed for wartime, could withstand significant bombardment unless it was a direct hit from a specialized bunker-buster weapon designed to penetrate deep fortifications. She concluded with a shrug, emphasizing that destroying it with a single missile was likely impractical. This analysis caused Zhang Yi's brow to furrow deeply, launching him into a period of intense, silent contemplation over a weighty decision. Zhang Yi found himself at a crossroads, a reckoning point forced upon him by Chen Xinyan's relentless aggression. He stepped out of the safe house, the cold air biting at his face as he wrestled with the dilemma. On one hand was his innate, overwhelming caution, the instinct to protect his own above all else. On the other was the cold, logical realization that the conflict had escalated beyond simple evasion. The hatred was now irreconcilable. Even if they survived this missile, Chen Xinyan's high-level connections meant the threat would persist indefinitely. The proverb about 1,000 days of guarding against a thief echoed in his mind. He had two stark choices: abandon the unparalleled sanctuary of Yunkmanor 101, a shelter he believed was unique in the country, or take the fight to the enemy and destroy the Xishan base to secure lasting peace. Both paths were fraught with immense risk, but the thought of giving up his hard-won home was particularly galling. Sitting alone in his old practice room on the 20th floor, amidst the remnants of charred charcoal from his ability training, Zhang Yi watched the snow fall and calculated the odds. He recognized he might have only one narrow window of opportunity, the moment of chaos following the missile's impact on the Xishan base. His mind turned to his own arsenal, specifically the nearly 1,000 kilograms of TNT he possessed. The plan crystallized: if the missile couldn't level the base, perhaps he could use the distraction to infiltrate and plant enough explosives to achieve the same devastating result, killing everyone inside. "I, Zhang Yi, don't cause trouble, but I'm not afraid of trouble either," he finally declared to the empty room, a resolve hardening within him. He would not slink away after being attacked and humiliated. He returned to the safe house, passing through the living room where Zhou Kur, Yang Xia, and a now visibly healthier Zhou Jaime were chatting, their glances of mild complaint at his absence noted but set aside for the moment. Entering the room shared by Yang Xinxin and Lu Karen, Zhang Yi got straight to the point. He stood behind Yang Xinxin's wheelchair and issued new orders. He needed to see the complete current military configuration of the Xishan base, their troop strength, their weaponry, every detail. And most crucially, he demanded intelligence on the abilities of their superhumans. Yang Xinxin's eyes widened in surprise at the implication. "Brother, do you intend to attack the Xishan base?" she asked. Zhang Yi met her gaze calmly. "If there's a high enough chance of success, why not give it a try?" he replied. He articulated a fundamental shift in strategy they needed to make. They could not remain the perpetual prey, it was time to become the hunters. However, he tempered this bold statement with his characteristic pragmatism, adding that if the intelligence revealed an insurmountable gap in strength, he would treat the entire idea as a joke. Yang Xinxin chuckled, covering her mouth, and remarked that this decisive yet calculating approach was the Zhang Yi she knew. Yang Xinxin immediately complied, pulling up the meticulously organized data. Zhang Yi sat beside her, and she displayed the detailed breakdown of the Xishan base's forces. The roster included 512 ordinary soldiers with standard combat training, the Corps' 64-member AC Special Forces unit, and 13 cyborgs, warriors who had survived the implantation of Ling Fang's mutant cells, granting them powers at the cost of stunted growth potential and irreparable bodily damage, leading to shortened lifespans. Finally, the data turned to the pinnacle of the base's combat power, the 6 remaining captain-level superhumans, excluding their informant Liang Yu. The profiles were presented with a formal rating system, beginning with the most formidable. Ling Feng, codename, was an enhancement type with 5-star ratings across speed, strength, and overall ability, earning an S-rank classification. His profile noted he could enhance all bodily functions to 10 times that of a normal human. The intelligence also revealed the higher authority's classification system for superhuman abilities, dividing them into 6 types: enhancement, beastman, control, emission, mental, and a catch-all specialty type. Zhang Yi reviewed the other captains within this framework. Fang Zun was an emission type, codename, rated B as Zheng Xuerong, a control type with the codename, could create solid ice blocks and was rated A as Su Mingjie, a beastman type codenamed, could transform into a corrosive monster and was rated A-. Shi Daong, another beastman type, codenamed, possessed great strength and cold resistance, rated A. The final profile gave Zhang Yi pause, Yi Ronghua, a mental type. Her deceptive codename was, but her true ability was, effective through eye contact and capable of simulating death or causing brain death, rated A-. As Zhang Yi absorbed this wealth of tactical data, he silently categorized his own spatial ability, realizing it would fall under the general specialty type. The stage was now set, the enemy's strength laid bare before him, as he weighed the feasibility of a daring counterstroke. Zhang Yi sat in the practice room on the 20th floor of Building 25, the stolen Xishan base intelligence spread before him. He catalogued the enemy's strength: 6 remaining superhuman captains, the S-class enhancement type Ling Feng, 13 cyborgs implanted with Ling Feng cells, 64 AC Special Forces operatives, and 512 ordinary soldiers. Against this, his combat roster consisted of himself, Fatty Su, Uncle Yu, and the mutant cat Hua Hua. The disparity was stark, yet Zhang Yi identified a path to victory. The incoming missile strike, requested by Qin Xinyan and destined for Zhang Yi's former shelter, could be redirected by Yang Xinxin to hit the Xishan base instead. If the strike plunged the underground fortress into chaos, and if Liang Yu could be turned to coordinate an internal disruption, the numerical disadvantage could be neutralized. Zhang Yi memorized every ability profile, noting that the confined underground spaces would negate the enemy's heavy weaponry advantage, leaving his spatial gates as the decisive counter to conventional arms. Emerging from his analysis, Zhang Yi found Lu Karen and Yang Xinxin debating the merits of a group discussion. Lu Karen advocated for collective brainstorming, citing the adage that 3 cobblers surpass a single strategist, while Yang Xinxin dismissed the other's tactical utility. Zhang Yi sided with Lu Karen, recognizing that while the decision was his, the operational details required the buy-in of his core fighters. He summoned the entire household to the living room. The atmosphere was heavy as he declared the Xishan base a sworn enemy that must be eradicated, admitting he could not do it alone. Uncle Yu spoke first, his voice grave. He acknowledged reconciliation was impossible after Yunk Manor and swore to accompany Zhang Yi to the end, repaying a debt of gratitude with his life. Fatty Su wavered, voicing fear of the base's superhumans and arsenal. Zhang Yi countered by reminding him of the Su family town massacre, but the fat man shrugged off the vengeance angle. Ultimately, Fatty Su committed not from courage, but cold pragmatism. His survival depended on Zhang Yi's platform, and he would gamble on the winning horse. The women offered silent assent, the actresses and doctors masking worry behind resolve. With the inner circle aligned, Zhang Yi turned to the external variable. He messaged Liang Yu through the compromised network, promising extraction before midnight tomorrow and instructing her to seek safety. Liang Yu replied with eager compliance, requesting the battle plan for coordination. Zhang Yi refused, sensing her hesitation. He knew the full scope: planting explosives to collapse the base and kill thousands would shatter her resolve. He offered only the timing: chaos at midnight, details to follow. Liang Yu accepted the ambiguity, pledging to wait in hiding. The call ended, and Zhang Yi pocketed his phone. The strategic phase was complete, the tactical phase began. He joined Yang Xinxin, Uncle Yu, and Fatty Su in the hacking room, where the base's structural blueprints and personnel files glowed on screens. The War Council had convened. The counterattack was no longer a possibility, but a schedule. Zhang Yi convened his allies in the Yuelu safe house as the midnight missile strike approached, revealing that Yang Xinxin had covertly swapped the shelter's coordinates with those of the deep underground Xishan base. The redirected bunker buster would not obliterate the base but would generate a massive tremor, plunge the facility into darkness, and create a brief window of chaos. Zhang Yi ordered Xinxin to seize control of the base's network and cut its power, counting on the ensuing panic to facilitate a larger uprising among the survivors in the fourth life warehouse. The plan hinged on 1,000 kilograms of explosives that Zhang Yi had amassed, enough to collapse key structural supports, cripple life support systems, and suffocate the sealed tunnels. Lu Karen warned that the charge would be placed in the second life support chamber, and Zhang Yi showed the team the 3D schematics he had memorized. He also unveiled 2 pristine white combat suits retrieved from an alternate dimension, explaining that his spatial gate would protect them in narrow passages and render the base's superhuman defenders ineffective. Uncle Yu and Fatty Su, despite Su's anxiety about his ice powers being suppressed inside the base, pledged unconditional support. Zhang Yi distributed the limited firearms, emphasizing that they were essential for clearing lower-level guards. He outlined a contingency: if the assault failed, Huahua could shift into a vehicle to extract him, and a snowmobile waiting outside would provide a rapid escape through the snow-laden terrain. Meanwhile, Liang Yu, having received Zhang Yi's extraction order, removed her SIM card and powered down her phone to avoid detection. She gathered her students from the fourth life warehouse, urging them to stay awake until midnight for a crucial announcement, while keeping the details secret. Her attempt to rally additional pupils from the second life warehouse backfired when former protégés Shen Molan and Meng Zixuan mocked her altruism and threatened to report her plans to His Excellency the leader. Isolated and doubted, Liang Yu faced a bleak prospect as the team at the West Mountain base prepared for a high-risk confrontation, aware that survival depended on both firepower and a swift, covert retreat.